Good evening. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. The computer is always telling you extra things. Sometimes in this tech world, there's all sorts of tiny little tentacles running around that we need to put in a certain order. It's like some kind of trick, but I'm not getting a treat at the end. Sometimes I feel like we forget who we are, and sometimes we forget who we are perceived as, which are can often be two different things. People will say that other people's vision of you can be a mirror of who you are. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'm actually sometimes not sure about anything being true. That being said, um, there's a thing in the yoga community called yoga voice. And it's when someone talks really quiet and really nice. And I never really liked yoga voice, but the thing about yoga voice is I was never in a position, even if I had liked it, to be able to do this fake voice that is supposed to make everyone feel comfortable. I don't know how in the heck anyone will feel comfortable listening to someone doing a fake voice. Nonetheless, it's almost as if it is an expectation of the yoga teacher in the yoga community to speak in this fake, soft yoga voice that's not upsetting or something. But because of where I teach, it's not available to me. And I forget that I am I like being different, but I forget that I'm in a different position than most yoga teachers, and I live in kind of a different world than most yoga teachers. And I record myself sometimes when I teach at the park, so all you really see is me, and I'll post like single poses on TikTok where people seem to really like them, and then I also post them on YouTube where no one gives a shit. I posted the same pose today on YouTube. I got 11 views, and then I posted on TikTok. I got like 250. But on TikTok, someone commented, um, "You're shouting." And I don't think about it, because the camera's just facing me. So they don't see that there's a big field with people spread out, and I have to speak to all these people and they have to hear me. So I definitely talk and teach in a very loud voice, which is supremely unique and absolutely the polar opposite of doing yoga voice. But it's not because, well, I did not want to do yoga voice, that is for certain, but it was not even available to me because I teach in such a big places that I have to talk really loud when I teach. And anytime I go into my yoga headspace, because if something turns on when I start the class, I talk in that voice, this voice that you're listening to right now. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. We will start from a seated position. I'm going to go back over there and get started. We'll sit comfortably. You can cross the legs however you like, nice and easy. I was on my phone a bunch today trying to do tech stuff. So let's shake the hands out because my fingers are a little roughed up. So shake them out. The core can be engaged. Of course, you want to begin breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. That breathing in and out through the nose is long and deliberate. We'll do it for the entire class. You could put the tongue to the roof of your mouth. And let's shake that blood all the way down to your fingertips. Good. Hands on the knees for a moment. With the breathing, we're going to breathe in and touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe out and bring the hands down. And then again, breathing in all the way up, breathing out all the way back down. And yes, over and over. The breathing is in and out through the nose. And we're breathing right here with the movement. When we become still, we will continue that breathing. And get those fingers long on the up reach and then back down. Breathing in on the up reach and back down. Good. Arms back down. We're going to bring the right hand straight up. We're going to bring it down the spine. Left hand is going to grab that elbow. So when I grab the elbow, I am pulling the elbow in the direction of kind of in the center of my head. It doesn't always get right there, but I'm trying to get that, which will bring this part of the arm fully behind the back of the head, and we'll push against that part of the arm, pulling the core in, breathing here. If you can maintain this elbow position and come around the back, you're welcome to. It's kind of a very different pose to intertwine the fingers back there. Nonetheless, we'll take a few more breaths right here. Great. We're going to bring that left hand all the way up and then again down the back here, like the middle finger is running straight down the spine. And then we're going to grab that elbow, maybe pull it over a little bit more. This shoulder for me has a lot to say. It's a little tighter. Head pushes against the arm. We're breathing again. If you want to come around the back and introduce the hands, to me that feels real different. I can't do it on one side. Long, short story. Most of you have heard the broken collarbone story, so I don't need to tell it again. Or maybe someday I will. Great, let that, we can shake the hands again and the arms a little bit. And then right hand straight forward with the fingers pointing down and the thumb is pointing out. We'll grab the other hand, we'll grab the fingers and pull back. Couple of breaths here. Think about the thumb actively pulling out in a way just with the strength of the thumb itself. Very nice. Other side. And pull those fingers back. And again, the thumb actively reaching out. I don't feel it as much on this side because I'm right-handed and I was flipping too much on the phone with my right hand today. Excellent. Stand however you like, but if you want to stand without using your hands, crossed feet is easier. You really want to put the center of gravity out over the feet. And we're going to come up. And we're going to hop a little bit. If your neighbor below you doesn't want to hear you hopping, you can just go side to side. But hopping is good. Core is engaged. You could slap the ribs a little bit if you like, and even a little bit of the internal organs down here. I think your pinkies would be slapping the large intestine some, which is good. We're continuing the breath. All right, feet about the distance of hips-ish. We're going to swing the arms forward. Well, got enough room. And please, the opposite direction. And coming across the front, we'll switch which hand is on top. Tonight, we're going to come all the way around and try to get the fingers underneath what we'll call your wing bones, digging a little bit into the scapula, and then core is engaged, and we're going to try to pull those wing bones a little forward. Excellent. Feet together, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. Thumbs out is nicest on the shoulders. You're welcome to do it how you like. We're going to breathe in, reach up, look up. The hands are in prayer above the head. We're going to breathe out and forward fold. Attempt to keep the legs straight so the hands might not get all the way down. You can put them on the shins, maybe on the ground. We're going to look up, core is engaged, shoulder blades together. Forward fold on the out breath. And all the way back up to the ceiling, hands in prayer to the moon. Bring it down to the heart. We're going to push into the earth and circle all the way back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up, lengthen the tail through the eyeballs, forward fold on the out breath, up again to the ceiling, hands in prayer, down again through the heart center, and all the way back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, flatten the back, forward fold on the out breath, all the way back up, reaching out and up, down again through the heart center, woo, back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward fold, fingers low. We look up. From here, we're going to step back to the top of push-up. Most of us are going to stay at the top of push-up, tightening the legs, tightening the core. We're going to take a nice long hold. If you don't want to do that, put the knees down. Don't be afraid to make it easy for yourself. And we're going to stay a little bit longer at the top of this plank, getting stronger. Continuing the breathing. When you're ready, if you want strength, lower down slow or just drop down and then up dog or cobra and then down dog. Feet are 2 fists apart. We're going to bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down, stepping a little bit back and forth in place. Great. Walk your way up to the top of the mat. Feet back together, fingers low. We look up. And we forward fold. All the way back up to the prayer to the moon. We'll bring it back down to the heart center and all the way up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, shoulder blades together. We're stepping again to the top of that tight push-up. You could step right to the belly, your choice. If you want strength, you lower down and hover 2 inches. Up dog, legs tight, and down dog. You could stay still, or if you like, up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath. We'll stay here for a few breaths. All right, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Again, hands in prayer to the moon. Bring it to the heart, bring it to the earth. Push all the way back up on the in-breath. Forward folding again, fingers low. We look up. We're stepping again, top of push-up. We lower drop. Up dog and down dog. And we're going to stay here, remembering you're welcome to rest anytime you like. All right, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. Let's come on all the way up, prayer to the moon. If you want to arch back, you could lift the heart. And then we're going to push the walls out. Really get into opening those hands super wide. Let's take the feet a little bit apart. And we're kind of pushing out through the palms of the hands with the super wide hands. From the hips up, we're going to turn and look to the right. And then all the way over, turning and looking to the left. And back to center, arms down, feet back together, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. Let the knees fall together, sitting in chair, Utkatasana. Good. Up over, forward folding again, just like before. We're going to look up. We're stepping again, top of push-ups. We lower drop. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior 1, right foot stepping, left foot turns out, knee is over the ankle in the front, arms up. Let's reach the left hand, shake forward as the right hand shakes the moon. We're going to breathe here and push into the back foot a little bit. Very nice. Touch the ceiling. Again, hands back down, stepping. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. We're going to right hand shake forward as we push into the back foot. I'll take a couple of breaths here. Great. Touch the sky. Hands back down, stepping, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and we're going to stay right here in down dog. Go ahead, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. Feet and knees sitting in chair and standing, shoulders back, tight core. Very nice. We shall continue. We sit in chair again. And up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, we step in, top of push-up, lower drop, up dog or cobra, down dog, warrior one again, right foot steps, back up. So shoulders are squaring, same as the front of the mat. Hands in prayer up above the head. We're going to look up, the core is pulling a bit in. If you push into the outside edge of the back foot, you'll feel the straightness of that back leg. Very nice. Hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. And we're going to come up again. Hands in prayer above the head. Core in and up, looking up, breathing in the nose. Right, hands down again, stepping, top of push-up, everything tight. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to take several breaths here. Step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. Sit in chair again, please. Standing, shoulders back. Great. We're just going to do one more with a bunch of pieces. Let's sit in chair. Good. Up, over, forward, folding. We look up, stepping, top push up again. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Warrior one, right foot stepping, left foot turns out. Back up with the arms initially. We're going to bring our fists straight forward, and we turn the fists down. You could release the fingers, you could even move them. We're going to take several breaths here. Good, let's turn the palms to face each other and then open up. If you have restricted space, you could do goddess arms in the opening. And we're going to breathe here. If your arms are all the way out, which most of you probably have that space, turn the palms to face the ceiling. Bring the hands in prayer above the head. Maybe arch back, lifting the heart. Excellent. Hands down again, stepping. Have a tight push up with lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot, please. Right foot turns out. Warrior one to begin. And then we're going to go fist straight forward again. And we'll turn the fist down, maybe release the fingers, maybe move the fingers. Good, turn the palms to face. We'll open up best as we can, even if you need to do goddess instead. Long fingers, deep breathing all the way to the feet. And turn the palms to face the ceiling. Bring the hands in prayer up above your head. We're going to arch back and lift the heart. Very nice. Hands back down again. Stepping top push up. We lower drop. Up dog and down dog. Great. We breathe right here. And step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. Let's sit in chair. We're going to just stay in chair like this today. You could have arms straight up. If you prefer, intertwine the fingers and turn the palms up. We're going to breathe here. Good. Let's stand. We straighten the legs. We'll take the feet apart, distance to say the hips. Grab elbows or prayer, and we're going to forward fold. We're just holding something so that the hands do not touch the ground. So we want all the gravity we can get right here. You can balance if you like, otherwise just hanging, letting the back open up as best as you can. You may wish to engage the core. We're coming all the way up to touch the moon. And then all the way back down, peace fingers under big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows pulling away from the ears, top of the head down. Back up to the sky. And back down, each hand under each foot from the front. You can pull up on the feet if you like. Top of the head towards down. It's okay if the legs are bent. We try to make them straight. Maybe it happens, maybe it don't. Great. Please stand. And we are going to bring the feet back together. Ankles a little bit apart. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. All right, let's sit in chair. And up over forward folding. We look up. We step in again, top of tight, push up. We lower drop. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior two, right foot steps, left foot turns out. Heel to heel, wrist to wrist. The heel to heel alignment in Warrior two compared to Warrior one for me is a little bit longer. Warrior one is kind of short. Pyramid is shorter, but Warrior two has a little bit more length. Let's straighten the leg in the front. We're going to reach forward a bit for triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. We're going to breathe here. Please place both hands on the shin. And we're going to shorten the stance about 3 inches. You could stay here. This is kind of pyramid, or twisting triangle, right arm up, Pavrita Trikonasana. We keep the legs straight, the feet flat. The hand could come down over time, but only with straight legs and flat feet. Excellent. Hands back down again, stepping. Have a push up. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Left side warrior two. We're gonna again take a couple of breaths here. Tight core, light shoulders, looking at the left hand. And again, we straighten the leg in the front. We're gonna reach out a bit for triangle. The left hand down, right arm up. We'll breathe here. Stay a little longer. Imagine the panes of glass squeezing you into that heel to heel spot. Again, both hands on the shin. We shorten the stance a couple few inches. You keep the hands on the shin or twisting left arm up, breathing here. Try not to let the hip jump out. Keep that in. Same with the panes of glass, a little more difficult in this pose. Great. Hands down again, stepping. Have a push up, we lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to stay right here. Warrior two again on the right foot, stepping back up. Let's take a moment again. Extended side angle, forearm on the leg, left arm up and over. We look along the elbow to the ceiling. You could put the right hand on the ground and you would look a little forward. We keep breathing, reach the whole side from the foot to the fingers. Good. Back up to warrior two. We're going to do a different pose here. I don't always do this one in the Zoom classes. We're going to turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. We're going to arch back, keep the knee over the ankle, core engaged. We're going to look up along the elbow to the moon. Great. Hands down again, stepping. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Left side warrior two. We'll take a couple breaths here again. And extended side angle, forearm on the leg, right arm up and over. We breathe here. Good. Back to warrior two. We're going to turn the left hand so the palm faces the ceiling. And we arch back like we did on the other side. Couple of breaths here. Excellent. Hands down again, stepping back. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. We're coming up into horse. I'm going to step the right foot, but whatever foot suits your needs if you need to face a certain direction. Let's put the hands on the knees. It's the only time I would put the hands heavily on the legs. All the other poses, it's very light. Here, it's nice. It opens the back when you have them heavily on the knees, and there's a nice foundation there. Right shoulder forward for a moment. Left shoulder forward. A little bit back and forth. And we're going to come up and push the walls out. If you prefer a different hand variation, it's up to you. But again, we're opening up through the fingers if you're doing identical to what I'm doing. Breath in the nose. Great, straight the legs. We'll turn the feet to run straight forward like railroad tracks. Straight up to the ceiling, straight down, hands underneath the shoulders on the line of the big toes. Head towards that line, maybe palms down. Maybe if it's very difficult, feet further apart. We're going to take several breaths here. Let's come back up. We're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers, and behind the back, we shall intertwine those fingers. And we're going to forward fold again, lifting the arms up off the back. Go as far as the body will let you go. Good. Up again. And down again. We're going to grab shins, ankles, or big toes of the peace fingers, elbows away from the ears. Try to keep the legs straight. Continue breathing. And we'll stay down low, both hands over to the right for a moment, left shoulder under and through. Nose to the knee, to the shin, top of the head to the top of the foot. Over, please, to the other side, right shoulder under and through. Great. Let's come up to standing. We're going to shorten the stance to about 3.5 feet. Right toes are going to point straight forward. Left toes about 45 degrees, mostly heel to heel aligned. We're doing pyramid. I mentioned that pose earlier. Behind the back, you grab elbows in reverse prayer. Pull the shoulders back. That will kind of bring the shoulder blades together and the core in. We look up. And we're going to come down and look at the right foot. We're going to breathe here. Legs straight, feet flat. And you could stay in pyramid. If you like, warrior three, balancing on that right foot, trying to make the rest of the body parallel to the earth or close, or maybe not close, doesn't matter, on one foot. Half moon if you want it, right hand down, left arm up. We're going to stay longer if you wish to switch the hands. I'm skipping that pose today. And left foot back down. We're going to pivot one time on this one. Right toes 45, left toes out. Arms out again. And yes, behind the back, grabbing elbows or reverse prayer. We look up. We're going to come down and look at the left foot. If you did warrior three, we'll do it again on this side. If you did half moon, we'll do it again on this side. If you switch the hands, you're welcome to go ahead and do that, of course. Great. Let's stand. And you can move around a little bit. We are going to do tree, standing on the left foot. and grab the right ankle. You could hold it up there. You could lock it out there. You could put it in the front, which I've done a bunch of times, or hands to the heart, or all the way up. Lots of options. We're going to breathe here. Go ahead and switch sides. So standing on the right, left is coming up. And whatever you did on the other side, see if you can do the same, or at least close, in the direction of the same. Excellent. Back to the left foot. The right knee is going to come up. Tonight, the left hand is going to grab the right knee, other hand on the hip. You could stay here. You could reach back. You could look back. You could extend the leg, grabbing the big toe. Stand up tall, no matter what. We're going to breathe here. Let's do the other side. Standing on the right, left is coming up. And we'll try again to copy what we did on the other side as best as we can. Great. Let that down. Feet about the distance of the hips, toes slightly splayed. We're going to come down into the squat, elbows into the legs, hands in prayer, pushing together so that opens up the legs. Lengthen up the back so that we can look straight forward. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Good. Hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up. And then all the way back down. Hands in prayer straight forward. All the way up again, please. Back down. Hands in prayer straight forward. Again, all the way up. And all the way back down. And one more, all the way up. And all the way back down. Let's put the hands at the top of the mat. And we're going to step back to the top of push-up again. Everything tight. We're going to lower drop, up dog or cobra, and then down dog. From down dog, we're going to hold the right leg up, taking several breaths here. We're staying up if you wish to bend that leg. Try to keep the armpit down, though, as that knee tries to point up. Throw that shin, top of the mat. Crawl the left leg a little further back. Look and lift the heart. And down we come, forearms, head down. We continue the rhythm of our breathing. And we're going to stay here. Excellent. Hands down again. We'll step back to the top of push-up. Everything tight. We're going to lower drop. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg is coming up. We'll stay here. If you want to bend that leg, go ahead. Open up the hip. And let's throw that shin up top. We'll crawl the right leg back. You can lift the heart. And back down we come. Forearms, head down. We could extend the arms out and put the forehead on the mat. Now we're going to breathe here. Excellent. Hands back down one more time. If you want extra push-ups, go ahead and get them here. We're going to lower down, maybe hover 2 inches. Up dog and down dog. And let's sit down. We're going to go legs straight out in the front tonight. Again, big toes touching, ankles a bit apart. We're going to breathe in and touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe out and try to touch the toes. And all the way back up. And just every out breath is a downward fold. And again, and always the breathing is in and out through the nose for the most part. And for this class it is. Nice. Touch the ceiling, and then we'll bring the arms down. For Baddha Konasana, the cobbler pose, we are going to bring the soles of the feet together. Pull them in pretty tight. Left hand grabs the small toes, right hand on top of that. And we're going to sit up tall. You could butterfly the legs if you like. Ultimately, the knees are trying to come down towards the earth as we pull the core in and up and the shoulders back and down. Keep the shoulders back, and we're going to come and bring the elbows into the legs and try to put the lower part of the sternum on the big toes. Right, back up, left leg out in front, right foot flat on the mat, left toes point to the moon, left arm grabs right leg, right hand behind you. Shoulder back, and we gently look at the back wall. You could bring the elbow outside if you like. Maintain the breath and try to sit up tall. Great, let's do the other side. Right leg out, left foot flat on the mat. And the right arm grabs that. Left hand, the hand that's behind you is on the tail. line that points straight out and away with the fingers pointing straight out and away. We breathe here. Good. Back to center. We will be on the tailbone. If you want to double up your mat, I'm definitely doing that on the hard surface here. And once I get that together, we're going to have both legs bent. Bring the arms underneath the bent legs and roll back onto the tail. You could stay here. You can let go, lock the shoulders back again and often. You could straighten the legs, hands in prayer, third eye of the toes. Behind the head is the most amount of work. We're going to take several breaths here. Great. Cross the legs, grab the shins, sit up nice and tall. And here we go again, number 2 of 5. Cross the legs, sit up nice and tall. Good. Up again. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Up again for number 4. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, please, back up. Excellent. If you rolled up the mat, it'd probably be best to unroll it. We're going to lie back and bring the knees into the chest. You could grab them with your forearms or just the hands and pull them down and bring your nose up towards the knees. And we're going to put the feet down flat, feet and knees 2 fists apart. Longest finger almost touches the heel. We'll lift the hips, tuck the shoulders. Those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana are probably already and are welcome to. We're going to stay here. Great. Back down. We're going to go upside down, starting with cloud. We're going to kick the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight. You could have the hands on the back, fingers towards the spine, thumbs coming around the front. The Ashtanga tradition is intertwine fingers with the arms down. It's up to you. Sometimes I like the hands on the back because with my fingers I can gently push myself a little bit deeper, being careful not to let it dump into my neck. If your hands are not on the back, place them there now, and we shall lift the feet straight up into the sky. I'm going to shake my feet for this first little bit of it. You can too if you like. And we're going to stay here upside down, looking at the feet, breathing. We're gonna bend the legs down, knees to the ears, and we're gonna roll down and catch dead bug. So, holding the feet with the knees in the armpits, soles of the feet to the moon, head down, you could stay still or rock around. While we're hanging around in dead bug, if you feel like we're going to do the sequence where I use a strap a lot, some of you are very flexible and won't need it, and I'll show you how to do it without it anyway, so don't worry about it. But if you have a belt or something and you feel like that might be helpful to you, you can start thinking as a dead bug where you might scurry around and find such a device. Good. Again, knees into the chest for a moment. If you want to bring the nose up, and then I'm coming up to get my strap right here. We are going to, let me get so that I'm centered. We're going to lay down flat, and the right leg is going to come up. And if you have a belt, it's on the right foot and the right hand grabs it. If you don't, you can grab the back of the leg. If you're flexible enough with the leg straight, you'll grab the big toe. But you want the head down and the shoulder as close to down as you can get it, which is why, for me, I definitely need the strap. We're going to take several breaths right here. Let that leg keep a hold of whatever you got a hold of, the strap or the foot or the calf. Let that leg fall out to the right as you reach out and look to the left. Good. All the way back up. We'll switch hands on the leg, whatever we're holding. And we're going to come all the way over to the left. So the hip is coming way up. And we're going to reach the right arm out and look to the right hand. We're going to breathe here. Back up to center. Both hands above the knee joint, no higher than the heel. We're going to bring the nose to the knee. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Good. Let that down. And yes, indeed, we're going to do the other side. So left on left, however you can do that, lying down flat with the leg up. We're going to take several breaths here. Let that leg fall out to the left as you reach out and look to the right. Back up to center. We're going to switch hands on the up leg, bringing that leg all the way over to the right as we reach out and look to the left. Back up to center, both hands up the back of the leg, nose towards the knee. We're going to stay a little longer. I am flexing the foot, which really puts a whole bunch more on it. That means bring the toes to the shin actively. Good, let that down. We're going to bring the knees up into the chest. This will be nice and relaxing. We're going to let the legs fall to the right as we look to the left. Right hand could hold those legs in the direction of down. We're looking to the reaching left hand. We're still breathing actively. Good, let's come all the way up and then over, please, to the other side. Good, back up to center, hug the knees into the chest again. Thank yourself for coming out. And tell yourself you did a good job. You could just lay down. Otherwise, I'm going to set up the mat for a couple minutes of like spine support, which is going to be nice for the upper back. You can skip it if you like, but you have to roll up your mat super tight because we're going to turn our mat like into a foam roller. So real tight, as tight as you can roll that up. If it didn't roll evenly, you can bang it on the floor there. We are going to put this just as a visual here. So the center of your head is on the mat, and then as far down as it goes, depending on your height. But let's see, put that there. And again, I put my hand so I can find where that spot is. So the head is supported. It sometimes feels better to have the legs bent with the feet flat. That way you can control how much of the low back dips down because the mat is a little bit shorter than a foam roller. So the rear end can drop down. Sometimes it feels nice to let it drop down, but go easy with that. And we'll have the arms out, and you could ultimately lay down flat if you're comfortable with that part there in the low back. We can let the breath return to normal. Really feel your shoulders dropping around, the heightened spine, sinking deeper and deeper, just on the outside, as if we're getting folded backwards into a paper airplane. To remove yourself from the rolled up mat, you probably want the legs bent. I'm going to roll off to the right side, and then you can put yourself up with the left hand. Once sitting, just make yourself comfortable. And we are going to bring the hands to the heart center, rubbing them together, making a little bit of fire. Then we're going to reach the arms all the way up, as we always do, receiving all the gifts of the universe. We're going to take a breath into the nose as much as you can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth, and even more. Hold the breath, tighten the legs, tighten the core, lift the floor, and then let it all out. You're living your dream, don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And let me just end the recording on this.